Listo. Y ahora sí dejamos entrar a todos. Ya están ingresando.
Que a lo mejor en vez de invertirlo para otra cosa,
En vez de
porque
comprar tu
tiene
casa, tu
partes-
coche, tus...
Dices,
Tienes,
el partido y
aparte, fíjate las fechas.
Hola, muy buenos días a todos.
Hola, buenos días.
Buenos días.
Hola, buenos
Buenos
días.
días, Anita.
Buenos
¿Qué tal?
días.
Buenos días.
¿Qué tal?
Buenos
Buenos días.
¿Qué tal?
Muy
Buenos
buenos
días.
días. Muy buenos días a todos, Anita. Pues vamos a dar inicio a esta sesión para no demorarnos tanto. Desde la Secretaría de Desarrollo Económico, pues les damos la más cordial bienvenida. Muchísimas gracias por estar en este espacio tan importante el que propició el Consulado de México en Bombay. El, bueno, vamos ahí a tratar de mutearle algunos micrófonos. Pero bueno, muchísimas gracias, gracias por acompañarnos. Creo que el sector, la industria del tequila en nuestro país es una industria importante, relevante para pues que detona una dinámica económica sobresaliente, con énfasis pues en el estado de Jalisco. Pues gracias por acompañarnos, les doy la bienvenida y cedo la palabra a nuestros compañeros del Consulado de México en Bombay para que guíen esta sesión y esperando que sea del agrado de todos los que nos acompañan el día de hoy. Adelante, Adriana.
Muy
Gracias.
bien.
Cónsul, sigo sus instrucciones.
Sí, bueno, pues muy buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Adolfo García Estrada, soy el cónsul de México en Mumbai y estamos muy contentos de tener esta oportunidad desde la India de presentar las oportunidades que hay para el sector, que como bien se acaba de decir, es un sector de la máxima importancia y es uno de los productos estelares de nuestro portafolio de exportación de México, ¿no? Entonces, bueno, la presentación va a estar básicamente dirigida por parte de uno de de un buen amigo de México, el señor Ravi Tiwari. Él es pues, consultor, tiene una gran experiencia en temas de promoción comercial. Él trabajó en su momento en ProMéxico en Nueva Delhi, acá en la India, y ahora es CEO del Consejo de Negocios México-India con sede en Mumbai, ¿no? Entonces, bueno, ahí tienen el orden del día en sus pantallas, ¿no? Yo nada más voy a hacer una pequeñísima presentación y, como les decía, les voy a dar la palabra a Ravi Tiwari, que bueno, pues él es el experto en la parte técnica de comercial, que bueno, pues es lo que más le interesa a nuestros exportadores, ¿verdad? Entonces, no sé si se puede poner en mute todos. Gracias.
Disculpen, antes de que continúen, dijeron que iba a ser esta clase en inglés. ¿Lo van a traducir?
Sí, sí, efectivamente, la parte del expositor principal es en idioma inglés y hay un apartado importante también comentarlo, hay un apartado para quienes necesiten la traducción simultánea. En las herramientas en la parte inferior pueden irse al canal para escuchar esta sesión en español o en el idioma que ustedes gusten, pero sí, nuestra ponencia principal va a ser en idioma inglés. Gracias por comentarlo. Disculpe, el cónsul, digamos, ahorita, pues ya nos marcará usted la línea, pero bueno, aquí tenemos nada más contemplado las palabras por parte del Consejo Regular del Tequila y la Industria Nacional de la Industria Tequilera para que antes de pasar con nuestro ponente principal, pues les demos espacio a ellos.
Sí,
Adelante.
exacto. Exacto. Entonces, bueno, si el CRT y la Cámara quisieran dar unas palabras, por favor, de presentación, y muchas gracias por el comentario. Efectivamente, de que vamos a tener traducción simultánea al español. Entonces, pues le daría la palabra al Consejo. regulador del
Sí,
tequila.
por parte del Consejo Regulador nos acompaña nuestro compañero Rodolfo Villarruel. Adelante, Rodolfo.
Muchísimas gracias. Es un gusto poder estar aquí y dar estas palabras a nombre de nuestro director general, el maestro Ramón González Figueroa. Pues muy buenos días a todas y a todos. Es un honor darles la más cordial bienvenida a esta sesión que marca el inicio de un horizonte estratégico de crecimiento y consolidación para nuestra bebida nacional. Saludo con profundo respeto y agradecimiento a las personalidades que hoy nos honran con su presencia y cuyo liderazgo hace posible este encuentro. A la licenciada Ana Cristina Villalpando, directora general de la Cámara Nacional de la Industria Tequilera, aliada fundamental en la defensa y proyección de nuestro sector, al honorable cónsul Adolfo García Estrada, titular del Consulado de Carrera de México en Mumbai, cuya gestión diplomática es el puente indispensable para nuestras metas en Asia, y de manera muy especial al señor Ravi Tiwari, CEO del México-India Business Council, un socio estratégico invaluable en la construcción de esta alianza bilateral, así obviamente como al gran apoyo que a través de la SEDECO se da para la internacionalización de nuestro tequila. Agradezco de igual forma el invaluable respaldo de la Secretaría de Relaciones Exteriores en el diseño de este esfuerzo conjunto. Hoy nos convoca un hito de gran relevancia, la inauguración de la Masterclass Exporta tu Tequila a un mercado lleno de oportunidades y el lanzamiento oficial del Tequila Accelerator Program. Este programa de mentoría ha sido diseñado meticulosamente para guiar a las empresas tequileras en su incursión a un mercado tan dinámico, complejo y fascinante como lo es la India. El tequila no es solamente la bebida emblemática de México ante el mundo, es cultura, es historia viva y es el sustento de una compleja y robusta agroindustria que abarca desde el cuidadoso trabajo en los campos agaveros de nuestra zona de denominación hasta los más sofisticados canales de distribución global. Detrás de cada botella que cruza nuestras fronteras existe un estricto ecosistema de legalidad, autenticidad y calidad. Por ello, para conquistar nuevos paladares, el primer paso fundamental es el conocimiento. A lo largo de este programa, ustedes profundizarán en la normativa técnica y legal que protege la denominación de origen tequila, así como en las regulaciones arancelarias, aduaneras e internacionales que rigen el comercio en la India. Entrar a la India requiere mucho más que un producto excepcional. Exige estrategia, adaptabilidad y una visión clara del mercado local. A través de este proceso de mentoría, ustedes recibirán las herramientas indispensables para dominar la gestión logística y de distribución internacional, así como el diseño de estrategias de marketing y ventas adaptadas al consumidor indio, respetando y entendiendo sus particularidades culturales. El objetivo central del Tequila Accelerator Program es que, al concluirlo, cada una de sus empresas esté plenamente capacitada para desarrollar e implementar un plan de exportación sólido, viable y exitoso hacia la India. Participar activamente en redes de negociación B2B con compradores y distribuidores indios de primer nivel, abriendo canales directos de comercialización. La información técnica, el análisis de mercado y la experiencia compartida que aquí recibirán se convertirán en sus mejores activos para navegar con absoluta certeza y éxito en este nuevo territorio comercial. Estimados todos, llevar el sabor, el orgullo y la tradición de México a la India es una alta responsabilidad, pero sobre todo representa una ventana histórica de crecimiento económico y hermandad cultural. El mercado indio los espera con grandes oportunidades y el Consejo Regulador del Tequila, de la mano de las instituciones aquí presentes, estará acompañándolos en cada paso de este viaje. Aprovechen al máximo esta plataforma, conviertan el aprendizaje de estas 8 semanas en el motor que posicione a sus marcas en la cúspide internacional. A nombre de todos los que integramos el Consejo Regulador del Tequila, les doy la más cálida bienvenida y les deseo el mayor de los éxitos en este nuevo e importante capítulo de su trayectoria profesional. Enhorabuena y muchas gracias.
Gracias, Rodolfo. Muchísimas gracias por tus palabras. Continuamos con Ana Cristina Villapaldo de la Cámara Nacional de la Industria Tequilera. Adelante, Ana Cristina, muchísimas gracias también por todo el apoyo que nos han dado tanto el Consejo Regulador del Tequila como la Cámara Nacional de la Industria Tequilera. Adelante, Ana Cristina.
Gracias, Juan Pablo. Yo creo que los agradecidos somos nosotros porque las instituciones respalden estos esfuerzos que estamos haciendo desde el Consejo y desde la Cámara por tratar de incrementar el gusto por nuestro tequila en diferentes partes del mundo. Como bien saben, Estados Unidos es el principal mercado para el tequila, pero vemos con mucho agrado que hay mercados que van prefiriendo tequila, caso es la India, y por lo tanto agradezco profundamente al cónsul Adolfo García el interés por apoyarnos en hacer crecer el producto más emblemático de México, a Ravi Tiguari por ser aliado en este proyecto y a la Secretaría de Desarrollo Económico por estarlo impulsando. Rodolfo ya dio una amplia explicación de lo que hoy nos reúne aquí. Yo lo que me encantaría es hacer un llamado a que a partir de este masterclass seamos un grupo de trabajo permanente para las acciones que vienen. Como saben, el reto más importante que tenemos en el mercado de la India es hoy el tema de los aranceles y pues el proyecto implica no nada más entender cómo podemos llegar mejor a este mercado, sino poder tener un acuerdo mucho más favorable para que el tequila tenga mejores oportunidades en este mercado. Entonces, agradecerles profundamente a las autoridades presentes, a la Secretaría de Desarrollo Económico, pero también a los más de 100 conectados en esta llamada por el interés de promover y de impulsar el proyecto de que el tequila llegue y conquiste más paladares en India. Muchas gracias a todos.
Muchísimas gracias, Ana Cristina. Pues el cónsul, le cedo el uso de la palabra para que presente a nuestro ponente principal.
Claro que sí, muchas gracias. Bueno, pues bueno, nada más una breve palabra. Adriana, si quieres poner la siguiente eh, diapositiva, muchas gracias. Simplemente hacer una muy breve presentación, ya lo va a hablar Ravi, pero lo que nosotros les queremos decir desde el consulado es que, bueno, hemos decidido hacer e impulsar este webinar e impulsar de manera más fuerte la importación de tequila porque nosotros vemos que hay una enorme oportunidad. Ya dijo Ana Villalpando el tema de los aranceles, sí, son unos aranceles muy altos, pero aquí lo que vale la pena resaltar es que inclusive con esos aranceles, que son más de 150%, ha habido un aumento enorme, como ustedes pueden ver en la gráfica, del consumo. Un aumento impulsado por una serie de razones, ¿no? Que las tienen ahí en la pantalla, pero que tiene que ver básicamente pues con una clase media en aumento, una clase media que está buscando nuevas experiencias, que está descubriendo nuevos sabores, ¿no? Que tiene acceso a estilos de vida en los cuales pues quieren tener nuevas experiencias para ellos, ¿no? Y pues obviamente el tequila ha tenido una excelente recepción en temas de, en fin, de la coctelería, en fin, en los bares, lo que le llaman el fine dining, etcétera, ¿no? Eso, el Ravi lo va a hablar más a fondo, pero bueno, esa es la percepción que nosotros tenemos y bueno, los números respaldan esa percepción. A todos lados donde nosotros vamos, pues hay un gran y creciente reconocimiento del tequila, ¿no? Un creciente interés del público en general por saber más y por consumir buen tequila, tequila de calidad, ¿no? En la que sigue, Adriana, por favor. Y bueno, antes de pasar ya en materia con Ravi, simplemente quisiera reiterarles pues que el Consulado de México en Mumbai está a sus órdenes para apoyar toda la actividad relacionada con la exportación de tequila, de nuestra principal bebida nacional, ¿no? Estoy hablando pues tenemos una excelente vinculación con, afortunadamente, con la Secretaría de Desarrollo Económico de Jalisco, con el propio Consejo regulador del tequila, con la Cámara. Y bueno, pues eso queremos mantenerla y ampliar esos canales de comunicación en favor de justamente de la exportación, de promover la exportación, pues de ustedes, ¿no? Nosotros podemos apoyarlos en un buen número de asuntos, incluyendo pues apoyo a visitas comerciales, a delegaciones que ustedes quieran hacer para acá, pues para ver in situ el mercado, ¿no? Conocer clientes potenciales, identificar socios estratégicos, los podemos canalizar con expertos en materia de comercio exterior, como es el propio Ravi, ¿no? Para afinar todo lo que es su estrategia comercial de entrada a un mercado que pues obviamente es un mercado pues lejano, ¿no? No necesariamente bien conocido, pero que bueno, no es un mercado para nada imposible, ¿no? De atender, ¿no? Pero bueno, se necesita el apoyo de expertos, por supuesto, y nosotros estamos en la mejor disposición de canalizarlos con ellos. Y bueno, en general, todo tipo de orientación comercial que tenga que ver con la India, pues estamos a la orden. Y bueno, finalmente nosotros podemos también hacer eventos de todo tipo, ¿no? Activaciones, tastings, también para apoyar todas las labores de promoción en nuestra circunscripción y en el resto del país. Entonces, bueno, aquí lo dejo ya para simplemente para presentar de manera general lo que vemos y lo que hacemos. Y bueno, le cedería la palabra a nuestro amigo Ravi Tiwari para que inicie con su masterclass sobre el tequila en la India. Adelante, Ravi. Ravi, well, please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Gracias. So, good morning to friends in Mexico, and good evening, friends who have joined in India. So, at the outset, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Government of Jalisco, to the Tequila Regulatory Authority (CRT), to Tequila Chamber (CNIT), and of course the Consulate General of Mexico in Mumbai. So, friends, we are announcing the launch of Tequila Accelerator. It's a signature initiative of Mexico India Business Council. It's a structured pathway for Mexican tequila brands to entering into Indian market. And a brief about myself. So I'm Ravi Ketiwari, and I'm the CEO of Mexico India Business Council. Before this assignment, I was the Trade Commissioner for Government of Ontario, Canada, for 9 years. And before that, I was the deputy head of Pro Mexico in India. Pro Mexico was a federal government agency for trade and investment promotion. So I can say from last 15 years, I have been supporting North American companies to entering into Indian market. In next 15-20 minutes, we are going to talk about the tequila opportunity in India and about the program, Tequila Accelerator program, various component of it. And then another 10-15 minutes we will have for the question answer sessions. However, I would request if anyone would have any questions in between, please feel free to ask. I think you may ask via chat room if your mic you're not permitted via mic. Next slide, please. So this is the message, friends, I would like you to leave with. India is the next, India is the where tequila's next decade gets decided. So this is the opportunity, the kind of market it is today, which we are going to see in my next slides. And I would also mention that right now the door is open. What do I mean by that? Some of you may know India and Mexico is currently negotiating preferential trade agreement. It's just the beginning of it. I know the authorities present here may not talk, or maybe I do not know, would like to share some thoughts on it. But as a council, I can certainly say that this tequila is certainly on the table as far as the India and Mexico preferential trade agreement is concerned. And now the generation of tequila here in India would be decided by the tequila brands which are going to enter in 2026. Next slide, please. Now, in the first half of 2025, the Indian alcoholic beverage market is grew by 7%, when the entire global alcoholic beverage market went down. So that makes India the fastest growing major drink market on the earth currently. India is already number one. This is something to remember. It's already number one as the largest whiskey market on the earth. There are 440 million cases in first half of this of the the year was sold in India, and India is already reaching the almost $100 billion market in next 10 or 12 years. So we can say that India is not, that emerging spirit market. It is kind of right now biggest story in the world as far as alcoholic beverage market is concerned. Next slide, please. Any questions? Okay, yeah, great. So, and of course, if you would have any question, please feel free to interrupt, and very happy to answer the questions you may have. So now where we are leading, we are by the early 2030, the world's two ends of the table sit side by side. India is becoming the fifth largest alcoholic beverage market in the world by 2030. And of course, Mexico is going, it's already, I mean, this India is behind China, United States, Brazil, and Mexico. And you see that number 4 and number 5. The number 4 is where we have it's tequila's home, and I would say that number 5 is going to be the next home for tequila. And this program of our accelerator, that connects this 4 and 5, the largest spirits market on the planet. So tequila simply has to travel from one to other. Next slide, please. So, friends, and this growth, this is not a trend which fade. It's a structure, a structural, the changes which are happening currently in alcoholic beverage market. You can see that we have in India 600 million under the age of 35. That would be the size of 5 times of Mexico. And that these 30 under young population, they have the global taste and rising income, of course. And another important figure here is 93% of all India spending will come from middle class and affluent by 2036, which is up from 80%. So overall, the point I wanted to make, that Indians are not drinking more. Indians are, trading up. So next slide, please. So what do I mean by, that it's trading up, the trading up in number. And this is again a very important slide here. Overall, the growth for premium and popular and premium and prestigious brand, it is 12% growth. Again, we have to remember that the world overall market is going down, when for the premium alcohol beverage market in India is growing by 12%. And 74%, this is also a very important figure to understand, 74% growth in imported spirits category. So this is the category where as tequila companies, you are targeting India. And if you will see that the growth of what I would say, that the low price liquor in India is going down. So that actually fell by 20%. And the premium category is up by 12%. And overall imported category is more than this 74%. So, and at the same time, when you see that India is already the largest whiskey market, the country understands and knows the value of fine spirit. So I would say that that money is not just it's moving up; it is moving towards imports, and that's what we are targeting. Here as a tequila company to India. Next slide, please. Okay, so now tequila itself, it is fastest growing. So imagine we talked about that India being the fastest growing emerging market, alcoholic beverage market in the world, and tequila is the fastest growing category spirit in India, and it is just it is beginning. Because if you would see the numbers, of course, in 2025, the cases you see the graph, and we already in last 4 years from 2022 to 2026, we already tripled the export from that tequila consumption in India. So yeah, and since this is the fastest growing category, at the same time the numbers are very small. But a small I see as an opportunity. It's a beginning. So the next decade, when I mentioned earlier that you're for tequila brands, when they look for any international market, when you see that the fastest growing market has very limited numbers as far as tequila is concerned, it represents a huge opportunity to explore. Next slide, please. So this is also very interesting, given the size of overall alcoholic beverage market in India, if you would try to remember me being, representing government of Mexico federal agency here for 4 or 5 years. In fact, I cannot name more than 5 popular brands, maybe these days 10 popular brands you would find in India, and so now the question is not whether the tequila will win in India. It is going to be that which brands will be there first, as we were seeing that the projected growth of white spirit in Indian market. Currently the position of tequila, and it is becoming the fastest growing category. It is obvious that companies which are going to enter in 2026 are going to define that generation and the growth in this this particular space and in this region. Next slide, please. And what you already make is what India wants. The Blanco silver, of course, that's the leading category as far as tequila is concerned. Indians love their clear spirit and cocktail, and that's the fastest growing segment, as I mentioned earlier. Apart from that, that the pricing band is US dollar 26 to 79. It's kind of the category where the maximum growth we are seeing in the market, and that the fast moving sizes also, if you would see that 180 and 750 ml, of course, and in this overall white liquor space in India, Mescal could also be a category which can be define the next decade of growth. Now it has picked up some interest. Now there are some Mescal brands which that popular you would find in Indian restaurants and 5-star hotel, and that's the category is also growing. So of course that's what India want. It's in terms of a product fit. We are going to talk a lot more about the product fit during our Tequila Accelerator program. So I would not, that's where we would have a detailed conversation in this regard. So next slide, please. So now, again, that in that to kind of a case study I have included, that whatever I am saying, whether it sort of makes sense, I don't know if many of you would already, if you are watching some Bollywood movie, you would already know Shah Rukh Khan. It's the famous actor, and Shah Rukh Khan has deep connect with Mexico. It has a minority stake in Kedzania as well, one of the proud Mexican companies present in India. But recently, this Radico Khaitan, which is the largest spirit companies in India, is acquired 47.5% in Daewoo. So Daewoo is a venture of Shah Rukh Khan and his son Aryan Khan, which is also supported by Nikhil Kamath, and now they are investing almost $10 million in to create this luxury tequila in India. So when Dow, the brand, was launched as a spirit brand, the first brand they brought in India is tequila. And it is pricing as a very premium category currently in India, and it is available in duty free shop in Delhi and Mumbai. So it reflects that the opportunity, it not just in all different sort of category. If you want Indian celebrities are looking for white labeling in their own name, there are huge opportunity for our tequila suppliers brands to sell their companies in India, and there are opportunities about some of these big brands to acquire some stake to entering into again different ways to entering into Indian market. We will again going to talk in detail during our Tequila Accelerator program. The companies are going to register for it. That's where we would share, we have the list of sort of opportunities currently, that how many celebrities are looking for, white labeling of tequila, and how many companies, tequila importers and distributors, are currently looking for, brands to represent in this market. Next slide, please. Okay, so yeah, so this is again, as we were talking about the opportunity, that this it is very real. The opportunity is huge. However, the barriers are also real in this in this market. India is not just one market. It is 28 states, 28 state market, which each one of has its own excise regime. And if brands try to enter into one market, they need to think of that India as 28 market, that way. So again, I mean, and that's kind of one of the barriers. But other thing is it's import tariff, of course. It's 150% currently, that import tariff, and on top of 150%, there is 30 to 100% tariff applied by different states, as excise department. So landed cost calculation of tequila is crazy in that sense. You really need to have solid understanding of the market or each state market, and so that's where this is going to help, like our Tequila Accelerator program is going to support you with the regulatory aspect of entering into the market. Of course, marketing is restricted, but a lot in other market as well, and there is a fragment distribution. But this is overall sort of that the barriers also during the accelerator program, we have identified all such barriers. We are going to talk about it, how we can that understand, learn, and prepare ourselves to have growth in this market. Next slide, please. And of course, I mean, in terms of rules, you would already know about that Mexican rules about protecting the name. You already know that 100% agave must be bottled in Mexico. Norm 006 govern every tequila labeling. Here, at the same time, if you see Indian rules, the labeling rules, FSSI is a body, a regulatory body for food and beverage import in India, and they have issued the new rule in 2026. And now the new rules are going to be in force in July 2026. So this is kind of that an opportune time when we are launching this accelerator. when there are going to be a brand new set of rules imposed by Indian regulatory, and all our companies which have been doing business in India already, some of the brands, they may have to change their strategy and their compliance as per the regulation as well. So this is, I see that kind of the rules are tightening at the same time, but on the other hand, it's an opportune time that when we get to learn about new things. And again, Mexico India Business Council, along with the stakeholders, is prepared via its accelerator program to help you overcome these challenges as well. Next slide, please. Okay, so before I talk about Tequila Accelerator, I would like to know if there is any questions so far. I would request. I mean, I'm not able to see the chat room. I see that some of the questions already. If not there, I can move on if there are no questions. But I just wanted to make sure before moving on from the presentation, if anybody has any doubt. Okay, so I guess not. I would request a team at the consulate, if there is, please let me know if there are any. Please go ahead.
My question is if you have or how we can get a list of distributors in India.
Okay, so good. Yeah, sure. So I would rather I would request you to let me finish the presentation, because that part we have already covered in the presentation, and we are going to mention in our next slides. So it's great. Thank you. So I can take this forward. During my time when I was representing, I was part of Pro Mexico India. Almost 12, 13 brands entered during my tenure from Mexico to India, and I realized that that companies would come ad hoc approach. So without a detailed understanding of import regulations, understanding of import tariff. Sometimes companies will come, will sign up, find the distributor, will close the deal, and then they realize that the landed cost, and sometimes when you are not dealing with the authority, the shipment gets stuck. So one-off approach sort of does not work. And you would know, in last so many decades now in trade promotion, we have been doing this, participating in exhibition, doing exploring the market. In that sense, we felt that that being tequila has the maximum potential from any product from Mexico to India, and of course mezcal. So we felt that we should be coming up with an accelerator program to overcome these challenges. And so now this Tequila Accelerator, it's a structured, compliant, and institutionally supported pathway from first consultation, from the feasibility and understanding of the market, to the soft launch and the brand launch in Indian market. We would do that in 8 focused weeks, against sort of do it alone part, which I just mentioned. What we are going to cover in this is, of course, market intelligence and regulatory navigation, that complex regulatory environment in India, the distribution, of course, and the brand launch. Next slide, please. So this, what do we mean by this accelerator? And of course, this 8 session in sort of in 2 months. So first week and second week, we will have a module, India Opportunity and Product Readiness. The companies who would register for this program, they would be receiving the questionnaire about the product readiness. Our internal team of expert who are expert in alcoholic beverage market, they would assess the company, and based on the product readiness, first we will float that questionnaire, and we would assess the requirement of the company, and based on that we would customize our week first and second 60 minutes or 2 hours conversation with company regarding the opportunity and the product readiness. Of course, along with that, the 60-minute, there will be some one-on-one coaching as well. That so not all the companies would be at the same stage. So if a company is at stage A or a company is at the stage C, so that we would resolve via our one-on-one consultation, and then we will have a 60 minutes again. A subject matter expert would take that master class to go through that to level up the companies with regard to their product readiness. The second module we would be doing in week 3 and 4 is compliance and market navigation. This is very tricky and very important in India, be it a tariff, non-tariff barrier, labeling, and different states has different rules and the tariff. So that's what we are going to learn during week 3 and 4. Again, our subject matter expert from the regulatory side, that tax experts are going to take this this master class, and of course before we do that class, same model we would adapt. We would send the project questionnaire to understand your compliance understanding about the different market, and based on that we would be providing input. Then of course, your financial readiness and positioning, whether you're ready to talk to the buyer, your pricing strategy, understanding of the buyer side of it, the cultural aspect of it. We would cover the same methodology with this on in the week 5 and 6. And of course, on the week of 7 and 8, what we have is of course we would be doing this we would call it virtual trade mission, but it is our program would end with the B2B meetings, your direct engagement with the buyers. It could be importers, companies which are interested in white labeling, open to white labeling as well, introduction to celebrity, and the companies which are ready to launch a brand, and the distributors and importers. We would do a customized based on your company profile. There are already company parallelly working for signing up for the distributors and importers, and we would be doing in week 7 and 8, we would be connecting you to the buyer. And of course, there is in between, with the support of Consulate General of Mexico in Mumbai, we would be conducting during this time Tequila testing program as well. Next slide, please. So again, to sum up, like end to end on your behalf, we would support, be it market intelligence, be it regulatory navigation, distribution development, your brand launch, and that your government coordination. So I'll tell you that this Mexico India Business Council, that's where that you would not get sort of a support from a consultant, since it is very heavily regulated market. And given my previous experience as a trade commissioner of Ontario, Canada, or with government of Mexico, our government badge or Mexico India Business Council as an institution has a lot of clout with the government regulatory bodies here, which no other consultant would offer. So we would be offering beyond all that government coordination from between both the governments, and that your understanding and your with FSSI, which is our regulatory body. Mexico India Business Council enjoys very good relationship. I would say this is one of our strength, that we enjoy a wonderful relationship with the government, state governments here. So we would be not only be supporting for market intelligence, regulation, distribution, connecting with you the buyer, but connecting you with the regulatory bodies as well. And of course, that there will be a post launch advisory support for your brands as well. Next slide, please. So I think already mentioned this, that we would be probably organizing it at the consulate, the Tequila testing event, which we are already sort of planning from past few months. Companies who would be selected for or would be a part of the cohort of Tequila Accelerator, we would request them to send the sample for this, and we would also be exploring the possibility towards that with the support of our other partners, if in-person mission to India could be a possibility. At this moment, we are keeping it as a virtual trade mission, a virtual connection between buyer and the tequila companies. But it would be highly encouraged. We would highly encourage if some of the companies can be present in person also when they are ready to launch their brands in India. Next slide, please. So this is based on the request I received from the consulate, and I believe it's from the from government of Jalisco. That earlier we were thinking that it would be a program for selected cohort, which we are going to select. But now we are open to the curious one as well. You can we are doing phase wise. We would make a decisions once we this build the cohort, that many companies can participate as a listener as well for the cohort. But up to the certain extent, we would not be introducing companies to the buyers, and we would not be say provide that customized one-on-one coaching and mentoring support. So only our selected cohort would have that, but beyond that, the companies which are not ready for full program yet, they are invited, they are welcome to join this program. And of course, there is some qualification criteria which is mentioned here. We would be circulating the questionnaire, and the registration link in which you can register, and then our team would assess whether you would be the part of that inaugural cohort. This is, however, I would like to mention, is very simple. We are not making it very, very complicated. We want as many companies as participating in this and getting success in Indian market. So we would not, unless until we get some extraordinary numbers which would be difficult to manage. But we are very open, and we are going to keep it very simple. Next slide, please. So now again, that little bit about Mexico India Business Council. This we launched the council 6 months back with the support of the Consulate General of Mexico in Mumbai. We help Mexican companies to entering into Indian market. We help Indian companies as well, and both for trade promotion, investment promotion, and strengthening overall economic engagement between India and Mexico. With this mandate, we have launched this council. As I mentioned earlier, that I have worked with sovereign governments, 3 continents in last 15 years. So you have that my backing, and of course the secretariat is all that our officers have expertise of working with foreign companies entering into Indian market. So so this is a very high level about Mexico India Business Council, and we look forward to of course this many of you to be our members as well. So that's kind of our request, that cohort, if you the people who are joining our cohort, if they could be the member of the council. Next slide, please. So yeah, again, I have already high level have spoken about it, that you are going to express your interest via registration link, which we are going to circulate. We would do your brand assessment, and then we would officially inform you about you joining the cohort, and we would begin our session. Currently, in terms of a timeline, we are keeping 1 week time before to get companies registered and our assessment. However, we are flexible to that, and we would inform companies accordingly. So with that, I would take a pause here, and would invite Adolfo again, the Consul General, if you would have any points which I might have missed in my presentation, or if you want to say something on that front, and then we can of course take your questions. I can see some of the questions already on the chat room.
Thank you, Ravi. And well, no, thank you. I think that we should go straight to the questions so that we can make the best use of time. So maybe you can start by reading. So I think there were some of the questions in the chat.
Right. Yes, I can see one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So the cost of the accelerator, given our this is our inaugural cohort, and it is being supported by various government agencies which are present in this call. We are not charging companies anything. However, we would encourage companies to become our partner. Companies who are going to join Mexico India Business Council as our member, and our fee is also not very high to become the member. They would be getting extra one-on-one mentoring and the support for brand launch, and more support for that not a vanilla plain distribution and importer meeting. If the companies would become the member of the council, then they would get like 100% that one-on-one mentoring as well. But this overall program is free of cost for Mexican companies to participate. Any other question, please? Okay, how can we sign up for registration? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just that was the next question. Like, where could we where we can subscribe for that?
So just after this session, we are launching it. The registration link will go, live this evening in the Mexico India Business Council. We have the details of all the participants. The consulate has the list of participating companies today, and we would be sending this link to everyone, for registering themselves.
Thank you so much.
There is another question. It's in Spanish, Ravi. It says, what are the requirements to qualify to enter the program?
So in one of my slides, if you can go two slides back, I did not read out loud during my presentation, but I had included what we are actually looking at very high level. I can mention that the seriousness of the brand. You should have some sort of traction in international market, your experience in international market. If you're already exporting to any of the market, you have your supply capacity to deliver a minimum quantity. We have mentioned that in our registration link. So such high level requirement we have, some international experience, some tractions, then some that production capability. Of course, there is not a huge revenue. We have mentioned that revenue as well, which we a minimum revenue threshold also team has decided. You would find the detail in the link. I think this is the exact qualify criteria. If you would read a registered tequila and mezcal producer, that's kind of given. I believe since CRT is already on the call, we believe that many of you, or most of you, or all of you, are already registered producer or exporter, then already selling, as I was telling you, in at least one market, ready to adopt labeling requirement. As I was telling you that FSSI has come up with the new regulation. You should be open to, and if you are already exporting to other market, you would know that in different market, different labeling requirements are going to be there. And your management, of course, need to commit the time for the key programs milestone, and able to fund initial market entry cost. Because when you are launching the brand in India, there will be some marketing cost attached to it. And of course, that some of the companies that's should be the part of Mexico India Business Council as well. Beyond that, there will be some other additional requirement by our partners, maybe CRT, the government of Jalisco. The companies need to commit to send to sampling if to the Indian market. So things like that. But this is a very high level. I can say that it's the requirement for the companies to participate in this program.
Question. I'm sorry to interrupt. I mean, I know that there's a lot of them on the chat, but you mentioned that it's going to be free for Mexicans, for Mexican companies, but how about for Americans?
No, this program is just for Mexican companies. It is not for American companies, and we are not catering to companies which have headquartered outside of Mexico are not eligible to for this particular program.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think there are some other questions, Ravi. in your experience, can you tell us the different kinds of marketing restricted in India, and also what are the regulations about the labels in India?
So thank you, Adolfo. At the high level, I mentioned, in my presentation that surrogated marketing is possible. You cannot just market, advertise liquor. Many companies, what they're doing in India, they are in the same brand name. They are launching water, and they are promoting water bottle, bottled water. So that's kind of a surrogate way. Music in the same the music label, and this bottled water, you cannot directly promote as an advertisement for the liquor brands in India. And of course, and we are going to talk in detail the companies who are going to be the part of cohort. We will talk in detail about these regulations, labeling requirements, and such restrictions in Indian market.
Then there are other questions related to mezcal and raicilla. Is this open to? Can we participate in the acceleration program with mezcal as well, or with raicilla?
Yes. This program is open for Mascal and in Raicilla as well. So yeah, I mean the short answer, yes.
All right. Well, I don't know if there's any. No sé si haya más preguntas.
I
Thank
want
you.
to ask about the taxes that you mentioned. That is usually over 150% plus between 30 to 100%, depends the state. The question is about the second tax, the between 30 to 100. It's over the original price, or it's over from the price after the first 150%?
So the number I would leave you is with 250%. Let's take 100 on a higher side, like between 30 to 100. So the overall imposition of tariff is 250% of your, CIF value in India. So if that the landed, so for the CIF value is 10 US dollar, there would be 25 US dollar is going to be the tax on that.
Thank you.
I have one quick question. We're a Mexican owned brand that only exports tequila to the US and sells in 5 states in the US. And we own our own import companies. Does that make us an American company or a Mexican company?
So Mexican. So all tequila. Okay, that previous question I also did not understand. If there are companies which are operating in the US and it's kind of a white labeling of tequila, they are welcome to join the cohort.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
When does the program begin? Is enrollment open year-round, or are there specific sign-up dates?
So today we are opening the registration. Depend on the number of registration we receive, we would decide the timeline for the assessment our team will require. What we have kept internally is 7 to 10 days. We would be assess that number of participants, and we would design the cohort. We would launch it in next 2 weeks, and this is not year long registration. This is the inaugural cohort, and it is time specific, and it is it's kind of one time registration. We are not registering it year long, and we do not know when we are going to do the second edition. Of course, that depends on the success of our first cohort. So this is how it is.
Can we get the presentation sent to our emails? This one that you just presented? for our records and for all the information on there so we can look at it again afterwards? Is that possible?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, I think that el consulado va a juntar
¿Va a mandarlo?
los mensajes, va a juntar los materiales
Ujú.
y los vamos a mandar a Jalisco para su diseminación. O sea, más tardar el día de mañana, ¿no?
Sí, si nos los mandan al correo para poder ver la presentación y guardar los datos, ¿no? Que fueron presentados, sería favorable. Muchas
Sí,
gracias.
claro que sí. Bueno, pues si no hay nada más, pues quisiera darles las gracias por su atención. Estaremos en contacto, obviamente, con todos ustedes y a través de la Cámara y del Consejo Regulador. Y bueno, pues estamos muy entusiasmados por la buena recepción, por la participación, por la alta participación. Y bueno, estamos seguros de que este programa va a ser un éxito. Eh, de nuevo, muchísimas gracias. Gracias allá en Jalisco, a la SEDECO, a la Cámara, al Consejo y a todos ustedes por haber estado presentes. Thank you, Ravi, very much. And I'm sure this will be a very successful program.
Thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias y buenos días por allá.
Bueno, igualmente.
Gracias, cónsul. Muchísimas gracias, que tengan excelente día y estaremos compartiendo todos los materiales en un correo de seguimiento. Muchísimas gracias a todos, seguimos en contacto.
Hasta luego.
Hasta
Gracias,
luego.
Juan Pablo.
Muchas gracias. Thank you, Ravi.